Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching from in the world. My name is Coach Lucas, here with Kiri from the Red Dawn TV. He's had a mixed week. In fact, he's had a terrible week, actually. Liverpool losing, the 76ers, the 36ers getting absolutely belted by the Kings. Surprise, surprise. Though Adelaide United did win, a consolation. But we're here to review round two. Absolutely sucks. There's no Geelong game. That is bullshit. We've got a bye early. Thank God we don't have a bye anymore until mid-season. Kiri, thank you for joining us. How was your week?
Yeah, no worries, Lucas. Thanks for having me on as always. Look, I actually had a pretty good weekend. Actually, I was at a music festival in Victor Harbor. For those who don't live in South Australia, that's about an hour and a half down south of Adelaide. Very nice area, the Fleurieu Peninsula. So, if you're coming for the gather round, if you're living around like the McLaren Vale or whatever, do yourself a favour. If you're not watching the football or anything, go take a trip down to Victor Harbor. Go to the Port Elliot Bakery. Get yourself the pie and donut of the month. I certainly did that as well. But so I didn't watch much football this weekend, but I did see bits and pieces. I certainly watched the Friday night game with the Crows and Bulldogs and the two Sunday games, Port Adelaide Essendon and West Coast North Melbourne as well. But you pretty much summed it up with Liverpool. You know, I did watch that game as well. I was an idiot, as I always am, stayed up for that one too, and I actually turned off after the second Daddy Welbeck goal. I knew we weren't going to come back at that one. So check out the match review. It is out now on the Red Dawn. You drop a link below and all of that too. But anyway, let's talk about some footy.
Yes, when we go to Thursday night, the Red Dawn TV will be in the description below. If you want to check that out, please do. Thursday night football. For once, we actually had a decent team on Thursday and Friday night football, unlike Essendon, who played last week in prime time. How ridiculous. Hawthorn, inaccurate, 14-15-99. Swans, 13-4-82. Gunston just keeps on going and going, doesn't he? He could have had 8, Gunston, but he was pretty inaccurate for a change. 4 goals. Newcombe had 31 touches and 1 goal. Moore was actually very good. Dylan Moore, 3 goals. Takeaways were Hawthorn were inaccurate. Joel Gunston, couple of misset shots. I tell you what, they have found a good player in Reeves, a secondary ruckman. He did very well on Grundy. He had 21 hitouts. Unfortunately for Sydney, the problem is if there's no Gordon or Heaney or no Gordon and Warner, whatever, take your pick, there's no Sydney. Dean Cox said that he's addressed that situation heavily through the off-season, but this was their real test. Failed, let's be honest. Hawthorn's inaccuracy kept them in it. Swans are pretty good for goal. This one, Hawthorn really should have won by more. They really dominated. Dominated the midfield. Hawthorn's medium-sized forwards, Kiri, completely blew Sydney's defence out the water.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that, Lucas. And had Hawthorn kicked more straight, I reckon it would have been absolutely ugly. We probably could have seen a bloody 100-point massacre like what happened to Sydney when they came to Adelaide to play against Port. Coming into this one, I wasn't too sure. I tipped the Hawks, but not with great confidence. It's one of those 50-50 sort of games. But this turned out to be an absolute classic, didn't it, Lucas? Like Jack Gunston turning back the clock, isn't he? Like, I'll tell you what, come Easter Monday, he's going to kick probably like 5 goals, 1. You know, he'll absolutely go all the lights as he always does against us. And when you got Newcombe, when you've got Josh Ward as well. I know he racked up the ball quite a bit too. Moore has become a revelation for the Hawks as well. Pretty sure he's a defender. No, he's a forward.
Yep.
I know one of the players are a swingman. Blake Hardwick is, but without Heaney and Gordon, the absolute core of the Sydney midfield, I knew they were going to struggle as well. and that certainly was the fact on Thursday night. And your man Charlie Curnow
Oh,
did not
yes.
touch the ball after half time. He thought, I'll kick 2 goals, then I'll get the paycheck and I'll go home. I'll get on my bike back leaving the SCG, so practicing for the Tour de France. But yeah, he was not inside at all. He was completely anonymous. Maybe he was in the crowd singing Sweet Caroline, because none of the Sydney fans are true supporters or anything like that. No one know who he bloody is. But he was nowhere. He was nowhere, Lucas.
Well, he kicked 2 goals in 10 minutes, and you think, here we go, he's going to kick 7 or 8. Even you probably would have expected that. But he dropped marks.
No.
He dropped marks. He dropped 3 to 4 key marks. Couldn't catch a cold if you dropped him in the middle of the Antarctic, Charlie Curnow. Terrible. He's got to fix that up. Having said that, if he does actually manage to glue them, I think he'll be all right. I think it's 90% complete. I think he's 90% complete. He's almost there. I'm telling you. He probably won't kick any this week because they have a bye. Again, how stupid. But if he patches up his marking and starts marking those balls, I think he'll be fine. Do not worry. Hawthorn's 1-2 ruck combination is very interesting. They're good players, especially Reeves and Meek. Reeves has been really impressed with me. Their secondary ruckman, he could easily be a first ruckman on another team easily. Holds his own. Yeah, he had 21 hitouts against Grundy. Okay, yeah. Grundy was a lone ruckman, but he still had 21 hitouts against him. That's probably going to be a concern come Easter Monday.
I'm going to be worried because, who are they going to face next? It's going to be Geelong Easter Monday. After this game, they come into an 18-game sort of break. And, it's just I like to see how are we still going to persist with Mitch Edwards for this game. I really hope we do. Keep throwing games into him while he's still healthy. Reece Stanley, I'll just keep in the 2s for the time being at the moment. Just go with a blitz, Edwards sort of ruck combo. But, they are looking threatening at the moment, Lucas. And, a player like Toby Conway would have been handy as well. But, we will see. We will see.
Moving on, just before we do, Mena has signed a new 3-year deal to keep him at the end of
that.
2029. Fantastic by Sean Mena.
Very good.
The match of the round. Go on, Kieran. Any thoughts on that?
Oh, yes. I was going to go to this game, actually, but I was feeling a bit quite crook for this one. It was a long week for me. Plus, I needed to rest before my big weekend anyway. But what a cracker this was. I'm absolutely kicking the guts. I did not go to this one. I mean, all the Crows fans, you could complain about the umpires as you want as well. But I'll tell you what, this Bulldogs team, they are no joke this year. I reckon they're a smoky for top 4, Lucas. They were absolutely sensational. They've beaten Brisbane at the Gabba. They who did they face? Who did they face the other week? But their form away from home, absolutely impressive. And Joel Frazier, he's become an absolute revelation as well. But Jordan Butts, absolutely. I thought he was best on ground for me as well. His set shot kicking probably not as good, but I thought he was outstanding. The defense, he was on Sam Darcy. Sam Darcy had an absolute bath in this game as well, and it goes to show, like, stop overhyping these players. Kane Corns, he's probably not watching this and all of that, but stop overhyping these players. They are going to be good players. Sam Darcy is a good player, but he's not at that superstar level yet. And the game on Friday night just shows he is not ready at that level yet. When you're getting towed by, and let's be real, Jordan Butts, he's a big, great defender at best. No disrespect, but if you're getting rinsed by Jordan Butts, then I don't know, man. But at least they had some other firepower in the forward line. I talked about Joe Frazier. Very impressed with the Bulldogs, and they have a bad record over there. God knows how long as well. I think they beat Port Adelaide in the prelim final in 2021 during COVID ball. But normally a bad record for them at the Adelaide Oval. But well done to them. They are looking a threat. As for the Adelaide Crows, yeah, what more could you say? What could you say about them? I know they're going to be absolutely smashing the media this week here, and we cannot take it lightly. We saw against Port Adelaide last year. They absolutely gave us a new one at Cardinia Park. So
Yeah.
let's not get too complacent here. And the last time, I know this is a bit of a preview, but the last time the Crows have beaten Geelong at Cardinia Park was in 2003. So let's drill it into the boys. Let's keep the streak going. But they're going to be firing up. They're absolutely going to be. I know, knowing Matthew Nix, because his job's going to be on the line as well. I think they've obviously got Geelong. I think the next couple of games looks really, really tough as well. So
Got a good draw.
That's a fear factor for me.
Yeah, Butt's clearly best on ground, but he won't get a single vote for it. Tamu Smith, Oscar Baker. What is with the headband, guys? It's me. Yeah. Oscar had a fantastic game, kicking 3 goals. But I thought Bont was real held by Dawson. They put a tag on him.
He was. But to be fair, he did lift in the fourth quarter, as he always does. As well, and you've still got Libber and Ed Richards in the guts as well. But I thought the tag was quite interesting too. It was really good matchup. But yeah, Bont eventually found his way through, and probably not great for his Brownlow chances, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, he had 8 touches in that last quarter. He only had 5 in the second quarter, where Dawson was running him like a guy. But the problem is the Crows, Dawson had apart from his tagging, he was not effective. Rankin had a poor game, probably expected. Saligo, poor game. So their midfield core had poor games. Yeah. And that's the problem with the Crows. If their midfield has poor games, they won't win. Their forward line's potent. Walker kicked 3 goals. He looked, turning back the clock. Washed or not, when he's shooting for goal, he is still elite.
Sensational beyond the 50-meter ark, no doubt about it. He's still got it.
Same with Fogarty. They're very potent with their goal kicking. Phil Thorpe missed a couple, which was strange. Even Fogarty missed one. No, they are very potent when they're actually kicking for goal. That's still a big threat, even from Tex. Though his body can't go with defenders, he still can kick goals.
How about big recruit, Mr. Calamachi as well? He's going to miss out quite some time as well.
Yeah, Callum's it's been a horrible week for hamstrings. What the fuck is going on there?
Yes, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later in the show as well. But
we've got 2 other big one's done a tender hamstring. It looks like he'll be out for 8 to 12 weeks. 4 of the 5 ball winners were from the Dogs. That's not really an indication, but tells you that the Crows midfield were not up to scratch. Especially when Chase Jones is getting 21 touches. He was actually best on ground in the midfield. Can you believe it or not? That's not going to win you games when he is best on ground.
Chase Jones.
Yeah.
You won't even get a game in the Tassie VFL team, mate. That's how shocking he is.
I don't even think Tassie want him. Anyway, Dogs sensational. Crows meh. MCG, this was a weird game because it took Gold Coast a long time to put them away, and they did eventually. Richmond 9-6-60, Gold Coast 19-14, inaccurate again. They could have really blown them out of the water. Ben King kicked the bag, 7 straight. Reed, their medium-sized midfield, kicked 4. Miller, 31 touches and 1 goal. Richmond, Jaden Short had a good game down back, 33 touches. Gold Coast really struggled with Richmond's pressure at the MCG, whether that was maybe Gold Coast not taking it easy enough or, deciding that they want to just go with it. They really, really struggled. Second half kicked in, they turned up the gas, and it was basically all over when they did that, Kerry, but they weren't convincing early, Gold Coast.
Yeah, I mean, and you could be right with that factor as well, because last week against West Coast, when the game was all said and done, they put the cue in the rack. So I think, there are some patches of the game. They decide, I don't know if it's Damien Hardwick still trying to experiment with that chaos ball movement like he has at Richmond. A lot of the players still adapting to that, but they were always going to win regardless. I wouldn't fret on it too much. I think they were trying to go conservative at the same time, trying to figure out what Richmond were going to do. and Richmond, they are a team full of youngsters still as well. It was only a matter of time till they were going to to run out of gas as well. I didn't watch the game for this one, but I did check the scores from time to time, and the big one here, we're talking about hamstring injuries again. But yeah, the first big name, Christian Petrarca, who's been on an absolute Brownlow winning season. And yeah, now he's going to miss out for quite some time. And a huge blow for their midfield as well. No Matt Rowell and no Christian Petrarca. Noah Anderson's going to have to do some heavy lifting in the middle right there. And yeah, it's a massive blow for the Suns. And yeah, what looked like a resurgent season for Christian Petrarca. Now he's going to miss some time on the sidelines, which is I find it gut wrenching, to be honest, because I'm barracking for him to turn it around, even though he tore us up in the opening round. But yeah, but you don't like to see that, especially with the superstars as well. Yeah.
Problem, the injury itself, they say 3 to 4 weeks, which isn't too bad, but they are going to manage him. So it could be like a bit like Dangerfield, where he was clear to play, but we gave him an extra couple of weeks. So it looks like they're going to do that with Petrarca. So he could, injury-wise, only miss probably 2 to 3, but he'll probably miss 4 to 5 with his management. So that is a shame, because no doubt he was on 6 votes. Probably on his way to another 3. He looked very good early as well. But no, that is a blow. Having said that, they have a soft draw, so it probably won't mean that much. If you are going to get a hamstring, the way their draw is, probably now's the time to get one.
Ridiculous.
But they do play Sydney in gather round. That's probably their biggest tough. So he may be back for Tasmania against Hawthorn. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see with that one. Moving on.
Melbourne MCG, Sydney, which is 50-50.
Yep.
Essendon they'll absolutely blow Essendon out of the park. Yep. But yeah, just from there, they could easily drop 3 or 4 wins in a row easily. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe as far as the opponent goes, not a huge loss. We'll see if he gets back for the Tasmania game against Hawthorn. That's going to be their real test, I think, that game. For me, this was a very good game. I thought this would be boring. It would be, the scoreline suggests it probably was, but I was disappointed with Gold Coast, GWS this game. I was really disappointed. 10-14-74, St Kilda 11-12-78. Missy Higgins, Taru kicked 2 goals each. St Clair, 31 disposals, 2 goals to Hogan. Phoenix Gothard came from Waghorts. He kicked 2 goals, 19 disposals. And Lockie Ash, never even heard of Lockie Ash, had 39 touches, so probably a bit harsh there on Lockie, but had 39 touches. Typical roster boss game, Kiri, low scoring. GWS did come late. They did make a game of it. But I thought they were really disappointing in that first half, GWS. They were awful, absolutely awful. And we've said on this channel before, Kiri, that is the message getting through. We've got they're very good coach, very old school coach. Is that message getting through? Did not look like it in that first half. Yeah, they turned it around in that fourth quarter, but it was too late, Kiri.
Yeah, I do think though, with Ross coming back to Ross Lyon and all of that as well, I do think the amount of money that St Kilda spent on getting like De Koning, Silvani, and Leah Bright, and all those players, I think he's got credit in the bank now, Ross Lyon. I think he's contracted for the next couple of years. And like, if St Kilda miss, and Dwayne Russell, he said this really well on the show I listened to the other week. He said, if St Kilda could miss out the finals next year and maybe the following year, but Ross Lyon will still be there because he's got credit in the bank and all of that. They've chased these players. It's a long-term sort of project. Don't be surprised if Ross Lyon is still the coach at St Kilda by the end of 2027, even though if the Saints fail to make the finals either this year or next year, because that's how it is. And my conspiracy theory with this one as well, he's got his mates from the media. He coached after he got the sack from Freo. I know he was on Footy Classified as one of the panel experts as well. I think he did some expert commentary on Fox Footy. I can't remember, but he certainly was on Channel 9. But yeah, I think I I just think he just buys credit because it's off of that because he's mates with the media. He doesn't have that pressure like what Alistair Clarkson has got at North Melbourne or Brad Scott at Essendon. And coming to this game as well, I think St Kilda probably not the most under pressure sort of team, despite the amount of money they spent over the summer as well, and underperforming. I think it's because of that. Ross Lyon, he will still be the coach of the Saints, whether you like it or not. Saints fans watching this video as well, whether you like it or not, that's just how it is. And I know we'll face him. He's going to put an absolute monster of a performance. Always a grand final performance against us, no doubt about it. It's in Geelong though, but yeah, I'm still getting flashbacks of 2021. So yeah, but he'll still be the coach for GWS. Yeah, I think this was expected that their slow start of the season started to catch up on them. When you don't have players like Tom Green in the team as well. This was another game I couldn't watch, so I don't know who was playing there at the moment. Don't know how much Clayton Oliver got in this game either, but yeah, I think this was expected from GWS. Kudos to them for coming back, but too little, too late. The game was lost at halftime, and it's going to be a long season for them.
Yeah, I think he had around about 25. I would have put it in. I would have put it in if he had 30 or not. So he had an average game. Yeah, disappointing from GWS. Yes, they are missing injury players. They've been experimenting with Canelio and Toby Green. Now, I've mentioned for a couple of weeks now, Green needs to fix his efficiency. Still at 52%. That's not going to get it done in the midfield, mate. Sorry. Canelio had 28 touches, 54%. That he was horrible. There was a moment in the last quarter with 30 seconds left. He had a huge fumble. He picked a handball. GWS were going forward and he fumbled it. He wasn't on all game, Canelio. He was terrible.
I'll tell you who's had a massive fall of grace. Bloody Jake Riccardi. He used to be a goal kicking machine, even fucking against us as well. 7 disposals, no marks at all.
He's intriguing for me.
Yeah,
because he can kick. I think he's kicked 6 in a game last year, if I recall. But then the next week he can go goalless. So he's a very, very intriguing, more like inconsistent player. His good is very good. His bad is very bad. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but Adam Kingsley probably needs to address that. But yeah, moving on to Perth. Fremantle, inaccuracy once again. Didn't cost them. 17-6, 118. Melbourne, 10-10-70. Warning for Fremantle. You are going down the potential flat trackers tag, potentially. You should have bet us, with all due respect. 17-16, that was a huge problem last week when you just missed too many set shots. Tracy, though, did kick straight this week, 4-1. Dudley kicked straight as well, 3-1. Shy Bolton, 2 and 32 touches. Brayshaw had a field day with 39 disposals. For Melbourne, their best was Steele with 31 touches, and Salem the Cat had 26 touches as well. But they did what they had to do. It's in Perth. There was little to no hope for Melbourne. They did make it somewhat competitive. But yeah, Fremantle did what they had to do, Kiri. But yeah, flat track bullies. They're going to get that tag if they keep doing this and not winning away from home.
Yeah, 100%, Lucas. I do agree with you with that one. I mean, they were always going to bounce back in Perth as well. That's where they play their best footy at. But the big test for them is, can they do it outside of WA? They nearly had us by the sword, especially in that first quarter last week, but just couldn't get it done. And I'm taking it as a grain of salt with this one as well. And Melbourne, I knew they were going to get blown out of the park, but I didn't think it'd be this bad personally. The way I saw them last week against St Kilda, I thought their ball movement was really good. They got caught out of the back at times. Their defense just probably needs to tighten up. I think that was clearly the case in this one as well. When you're playing a much more prime midfield like Fremantle as well, that will always be the case. But yeah, I think the D's will bounce back. My early take for this one is, I reckon Melbourne could have like a Port Adelaide run of 2013. Like, hello, Jezza, how are you, mate? I think they could have a Port Adelaide 2013 season. And why I say this is they've got a new coach in Stephen King, a massive overhaul in the club, like what Port Adelaide had at the end of the 2012 season after they sacked Matthew Primus. New leadership, new board, new pretty much everything. It's Stephen King. I absolutely rate him as a coach. I think we absolutely fucked up letting him walk to the Demons. I think it would have made a great successor for Chris Scott. And don't be surprised if I don't know who they got next week, but don't be surprised if they'll bounce back. I don't think they're going to be as bad as what people think. I don't see them as bottom four. Maybe the middle of the table, probably in the wild card sort of spot as well. But as for Fremantle, Gold Coast, they won't win that one. Forget about that one. But it's a long season. It's a long season. But I don't know. The way they played last week against the Saints, I thought they were quite impressive. And your man Sailing the Cat. Yeah, he racked up quite a ball a bit, but no impact, mate. No impact, mate. Come on.
Give me a spell. No, he does a team thing. He's played over 200 games now. You don't think that was... No, if you look at Salem the Cat, you don't think 200 games, do you? You would never think he's played 200 games. But he's got it. He's got 200 games. Moving on. Port Power 2013, 133. Essendon.
Yes.
Never mind. West Coast versus North Melbourne. Well, hang on. All right, hang on.
I'll give you my 2 cents because I watched that game back to front, Lucas. I watched that game back to front.
I know you did. Hang on. There you go. There we go.
I could talk about Zach Butters, but I know we got a few minutes left as well. But
take it. This is your game, Kerry. Go for your life.
Gee whiz, let's talk about Essendon first. How deplorable are they? They kicked the first goal, but then from there they just completely folded. And I was listening to Dwayne's World again. I clearly love Dwayne's World on SEN. I listen to it at work every day. But a lot of Essendon fans called in. A lot of them were saying this is probably one of the worst performances they've seen in an Essendon team. Plus, we've seen them get flogged left, right, and centre. Yeah. But from what I saw in this Essendon team as well, just no effort. I think Brad Scott has absolutely lost the dressing room. There's just certainly no doubt about it. And you wonder why Zach Merritt wanted to leave that rabble of a club. It's going to be an interesting time for the club. They're sitting 18th at the moment. I reckon they could be 18th come to the Anzac Day game against Collingwood as well. I'll be surprised if Brad Scott will be the coach coming into the Anzac Day match as well. But they were just deplorable. No leadership whatsoever. Andy McGrath, he is the worst number one pick in recent. Cam Rayner is pretty bad as well, but at least he steps up in finals when it fucking matters. But
he does one against us, doesn't he?
Andy McGrath, what's special about this guy? Seriously, he can't fucking hit a target to save his life. He could fucking fight for Israel and he'd miss all the targets, mate. But.
Well,
you've got other players. Archie Perkins. He's a bust. Yeah. He's a fucking bust. How many years has he been in the system? Yeah. The other young guys. They got cut. Durham looks all right. Durham looks okay. But overall, it's shit. Like,
Yeah.
after they traded Joe Danaher to the Brisbane Lions, they got about 3 first-round picks out of them. They thought,
Yeah.
we're gonna win this trade. Because we got 3 first-round picks. Oh, let's pick a fucking kid who said before the draft, he doesn't want to leave Melbourne, doesn't want to leave Victoria. Yeah. What more has he done?
Well,
Elijah Shardas, he's another bust. He was playing in the VFL against Geelong.
Dursma, they got from Port Adelaide.
Dursma, he was okay, but let's be real. I've seen a number of Port Adelaide games. I think Port fans, they'd be happy to get rid of him. And they got into a replacement. They got Jason Horne-Francis, and my God, was Jason Horne-Francis incredible. I thought he was going to kick 8 at that point, and he was playing up forward.
But why the fuck was Andy McGrath on him? Why was he on him? He's best in the midfield. We saw that when he does play okay. He's in the midfield. Why the fuck is he back at half back?
It's half a career wasted. Half a career wasted.
And then I saw Zach Merritt on Georgiades at fullback. What the fuck is going on with this guy?
No, he's lost the plot. Brad Scott, he's absolutely lost the plot. Like, $1 million Ben Mackay as well. What a fucking waste of money, too. So many duds in that fucking team. You wonder why Zach Merritt wanted out of that club. I fucking feel sorry for him. Seriously. Like, and the only shining light, Nate Caddy, like, Isaac Kako as well. Kako could have kicked a bit straighter, but how long is it going to take for them? How long is it going to take for them? Because three steps forward, 5. Richmond could fucking win 2 or 3 more flags before Essendon win another final. Tasmania will win a premiership before Essendon win a final. That's how it is. That's how it is.
Gold Coast could do that. Gold Coast could do that. They could easily do that. Gold Coast this year.
If Fremantle got their shit together outside of Perth, they'd win the flag. That's how shit it is.
Moving to their first quarter, that was men against boys. They didn't have any effort. The last quarter, Essendon stat padded, I think. They kicked 4 goals in the last quarter.
Just put the cue in the rack, but how good was Zach Butters, Lucas? 36 touches, over 700 metres gained. Please,
we need to get him to Geelong.
Please. You saw his interview, right? After the game.
He's 5AA. Yeah.
He's absolutely gone, mate. He's gone. I heard the same thing with Dan Houston. I'm not going to. I won't be going anywhere.
Yeah.
What happened afterwards? He's 100% gone. Like, if you say something like that,
it's interesting because we have the salary cap to pay him more. Footscray can't do that. I'd offer him $2 million.
Stanley will go.
Yeah, offer him. Give him $3 million. The Footscray can only get 1 point. I heard they can only get 1.2. So give him 2.5.
They'd want us to pay up. They would want us to give players. And look, if it means if they want Jay Polkinghorne, if they want Mitch Nevitt, if they want a Brad Closer or Tyson, you know what? Pay it up. That's fine. Andrew Mackie, do not bottle this one, mate. Please. You fucked up with Rowan Marshall. You can't fuck up this one.
We need an elite midfielder. We don't have an elite midfielder yet. We don't know with Smith, if he becomes more consistent, maybe. Max Holmes, terrible grand final, terrible finals, but maybe. But we don't have an elite midfielder. Butters is there already. If Butters was in our team, he'd be our best player, our best mid by a mile.
And Whooper will be playing in the 2s. He'll be playing in the 2s.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
come down the highway, And our last game, this was very interesting. This had tale of two teams. North Melbourne looked good. This was the good enough. If you're a North fan in that first quarter, you're thinking, I'm booked tickets for September. We're going to win the grand final. And then you absolutely stinked up the joint after quarter time. Strangely, Sheasel was diagnosed with leather poisoning. He had 40, though he didn't do much with it, but he had 40. This is strange, Kiri. LDU had 32 touches. Larky kicked 6 goals. 5 of the ball winners in this game were all North Melbourne players, but they lost. They lost very comfortably as well. Harley Reid had 30 touches. Cripps turned back the clock with 3 goals.
He was good.
Yeah, but he missed some set shots though. He's not worth he's not worth it. We need. I'll take Butters over Reid.
Yeah, I like Harley Reid though. I like Harley Reid, but yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't pay
so
2 million for
this
him.
game, Kieran. Yes,
Yeah,
well,
look,
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, look, yeah, I thought it was over by quarter time. Up by about 30 sort of points, and yeah, look what happened. And even Alistair Clarkson said in his press conference as well. We just simply weren't good enough, and 100%. They thought they, and you know what? That's fine by them because they hadn't won a game in over like 300 days.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they only won one game last year. So you know what? I'll give it to them. They could enjoy their moment. That's completely fine. A lot of members paying hard money for them to come to the games every week as well. So that's fine with that. That's fine with that. They hadn't seen a game in 12 win in 12 months.
They've won more games this year than Tottenham.
Yeah, they're not doing well at the moment. Losing to Nottingham Forest, but yeah, it's but North Melbourne just they were disappointing. Like they were brilliant against Port Adelaide last week, and they just didn't replicate that outside of that first quarter. And it comes to show is Alistair Clarkson's is his time up in the game. Like I'm starting to see some question marks, and we just didn't see any changes in this one as well. I think his tactics are outdated. And maybe that win against Port Adelaide was false hope. Port Adelaide probably didn't rock up in that one as well. But it's a wait and see. But I just don't know with North Melbourne at the moment. But Tim Kelly, I thought he was good. It was his first game back as well.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Willem Dersma had a very good performance, kicked 2 goals, had about 15 touches. I reckon he'll be a shout for the Rising Star nomination this week, unless there were some other ones who I didn't watch. Jake Waterman, this was the interesting one. Jake Waterman, he played down back for parts of the game as well, and that worked as well.
Yeah, worked.
Liam Baker, he always gives it all every week. We talked about Cripps. But good win for the West Coast. This would give confidence for them coming into the season. But very, very disappointing from North Melbourne. I expected better than them, to be honest. Yeah, Harley Agro-Reid was good. He was good. He was good. I think this was the type of game he needed as well. And what was your thoughts on his bit of his push and shove on like Charlie Comden as well?
I thought I don't know if it's been made out yet, but I don't think he should get any games. Harley Reid. He gave it he tried to act like a Charlie Big Cock. Harley Reid tried to get in his face and he got drilled. I think that's fair enough. If you go and do that and you get drilled fairly, we don't want players right hooking players and whatnot, kicking and acting like Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. Having said about Bruce Lee, we saw the Giants hold up a Bruce Lee photo. I don't know what that was about, but they held up a Bruce Lee picture. I thought they were going to come out after halftime belting players left, right, and centre. Maybe that's what Kingsley did to them after halftime, just belted them. But look, I don't have a problem with that. I hope he doesn't get a game. But Reid needs to control himself in that. So he did the interview after. He said he was a bit frustrated at that time. And then he said he didn't expect to get hit in the head. So because it's head-high contact, he probably will get a week. Let's be fair. I don't think he should. This is with the Voss thing. If Voss got a fine, I think that's pretty poor by the AFL. Having said that, if you make fun of someone's family that is deceased or sick or have a sickness, I think that player should absolutely smack you out and you get no weeks for that. I'm a heavy 100%. Believer in that. If you want to act so stupid and say something like that, like was that, not saying that Boss did, but Zorko has done in the past.
Willie Rioli when Port played against Geelong as well. Nothing in that.
Threatening players. I think you should just able to chin a player without getting a week, but that's what they did in the 80s. It's not the 80s and 90s no more, sadly. Crowsgall is in, but no, I don't think he should get a week, but he will. He'll get a week because it's head-eye contact. But yeah, it's been 23 years. Crows have not beaten Geelong at their Oval. Oh dear, here comes 24.
We talked about that, Lindy. Last time was 2003. So who did you have in that team? You had Andrew McLeod. Was Mark Bickley playing as well?
Mark Bickley was the captain. Would have Mark Rashudo. Remember Mitch Perry or Matthew Perry?
Oh,
that Ken McGregor. Hayden Skipworth. He's been in the news recently. Hayden Skipworth. So we won't get into that because I don't want to get in trouble. But no, they had all those. Oh well, there was a function with Mick Gatto that got cancelled by Collingwood. Hayden Skipworth was one of the players involved. Yeah, so Matthew Perry. There we go, Matthew Perry. I think he was a police officer. They called him the sergeant. So King McGregor, Andrew McLeod.
Now I'm curious. I'll get the game and I'll get the teams out as well.
Game. And then we'll wrap it up. Get the players out. Get the gas.
We'll do Geelong as well.
The ruckman would have been Rhett Biglands and Matthew Clark, no?
So we got Nathan Bassett, James Begley, Mark Bickley, Rhett Biglands, Ronnie Burns. Ronnie Burns was playing for the Crows as well. Simon Goodwin, Graham Johncock, Nigel Smart. And for Geelong, we got baby Gary Ablett Jr., Paul Chapman, Joel Corey Enright, all of these blokes. Benny Graham as well.
Graham, captain. Was he the captain?
I think he might have been captain. Either Ben Graham or Stephen King before Tom Harley. So
that's why Crows won, man, because they had Ronnie Burns in the team. Every time he plays against Geelong. Ricardo.
Peter Riccardi, and he's unlucky to miss out in 2007. Yeah.
Oh, his body just couldn't. He could have been easily a premiership player. Yeah, that was 2003, mate.
Yeah.
2003. Yep. 2003.
That was the last time we lost to Adelaide Cardinia Park. It was called back. I think it was Shell Stadium for sponsorship reasons. Yeah. Shell Stadium or Skilled Stadium, but Cardinia Park. I like calling it by the stadium names.
Shell Stadium.
Shell Stadium. Yeah.
That was the bad years of Geelong. That's when if you put your ear up to Shell Stadium, you can really hear the ocean. There was no crowd.
I hope Gilmore's not watching.
So yes. It was a tough year. We have to admit. It was a tough couple of years. It got better in 05, 06, 07. But back then, it was a couple of bad years.
It was.
I blame Ben Graham for that. Sorry, Ben.
Good players to play in America.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. But anyway, that has been our show. Oh, no, hang on. We've got one more thing. Now, hang on. Hang on.
What is it?
The English Cup final. Man City, what? No, not Man City.
2.
1. What is that about? It's
2-0. You stuffed that up.
Oh, fuck. I've been caught out here. And yet I've got O'Reilly 2 goals and I've got 1-0. Jesus, there we go. The English Cup final. Man City 2, O'Reilly 2 goals, Arsenal 0. Arteta came out and said that there was all talk about Kappa. He wasn't really playing well. Arteta says I would play him again. So we'll see in 2 weeks' time when they play City in the league game if Kappa's the goalkeeper. Man City won that. That really shut up Arteta. He wouldn't like that. I think the entire fraternity of the English football was with Man City this game. No, why are you closing so early? We've been here for 40 minutes. Gee, it's a short show, but yeah. Hey, Cheery, 3 cheers for Slot. Yeah. But no, there you go. There's a little thing for you. But anyway, thank you so much, Shaqiri, for coming on. Short show because there's no Geelong games. We can't preview anything if they're not playing. But they are playing this week, so we'll do our preview show on Thursday. Who's playing Thursday night? We are. Are we playing Thursday or Friday?
We're playing Thursday.
All right.
Maybe
Okay,
Wednesday.
it won't be Thursday night. It'll be Wednesday night. We are playing. Don't know if we can have Kiri on until midnight because he does work. I might have to do that myself. We'll get Kiri on probably for half an hour or whatnot, and then he can go to bed and work. But no, thank you so much for joining. Really do appreciate 4 comments. Always great to see Arsenal lose. Boo. Oh.
I got to make money. I got to make this. This is not paying my bills doing this stuff as much as I like to. But
we must be at Adelaide Oval with all the brewing. So see you all. Thank you very much, Kiri, coming on, and we will see you another time. Goodbye for now.